It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, you got to listen closely to hear this, but Joy Behar was on The View and revealed some things. They were discussing footage of a woman who claimed to have had sexual ghosts in her home. Listen to this.
I've had terrible things. Ghosts. I got pregnant.
I'm just going to let that ride. I don't know how many of you heard what Joy just said, but I'm going to let it ride.
She said, I've had sex with a few ghosts and never got pregnant. So not sure if she's telling the truth about that, but
I believe him. And or she might be just saying that she could be saying some dudes ghosted her, or she could be saying some dudes were so unmemorable that she didn't even really know if they were there. For real.
Yeah, but it's a real thing. Some people feel like when you can't get out of bed and you're laying there and you feel stuck, right?
No, that's the hag riding you. That ain't no ghost.
Riding you how?
Hag. That's the hag. That's the hag. All my country people know about that hag. You know what I'm saying? You got to put grains of salt by your door. So when the hag tries to enter your room, you got to pick up every grain of salt so it can't get in. Or a straw broom by your door. But that's the hag. That ain't no ghost. That's the difference. There's a difference between a hag and a ghost.
Hag's not a ghost?
No.
So what is it if it's not real?
It's a hag.
So it's not a ghost?
You know. If you know, you know. No, it's not a ghost. If you're from the country, you know about that hag.
I remember there was an article in the Post just a few days ago about a couple who said their house is haunted by erotic ghosts who like to talk dirty to them. She said the woman said she was in the shower and somebody on the other side of the curtain said looking good. She thought it was her husband, and then he walked through the door later on. He was outside and was like, "Who are you talking to?" So
I'm not playing these scary games with you this morning.
Man.
Actually, this sounds like a good horror movie.
No, I ain't messing with y'all with these scary things.
Have you ever stayed someplace haunted?
No. Oh, I mean,
in New Orleans.
Sometimes you go to one of them hotels and they're like, "This was a haunted hotel."
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all consider haunted, though? I mean, I've stayed at places that people said were haunted, but I mean, there's spirits all around us all the time. Like, we got spirit guides that are circling us, protecting us.
But there's places that are known to be haunted. Like, that's part of why people stay there. That's what they're known for. Things have happened there.
No, if I stayed at a hotel that was haunted, it was by mistake. I didn't plan it.
Hey, no one gave me the heads up.
I didn't plan it. Somebody just booked it, and then they told me when I got there.
All right, P-Valley has been renewed for season 3 at Starz, so congratulations to the team there. I love that show. Down in the Valley. So P-Valley was created by Katori Hall based on her play. I can't even say this word, but P-Valley. You know what the P is. All at the Pink. So congratulations to them for season 3. She said, I am blessed beyond measure for this opportunity to write the next chapter of P-Valley with its complex, dynamic, and beautifully flawed characters. This show is a love letter to marginalized communities in the American South who rarely see themselves reflected on screen, and it brings me immense joy to know that it has been embraced by folks worldwide.
Why does it take so long to shoot these shows nowadays? They say the show won't be back for another 2 years, and I was thinking about when we were young, like in the 1900s, it seemed like shows like a Cosby Show and Different World and Martin was always on.
Well, sometimes also the actors have other things and other responsibilities that they have to do.
I don't think it takes that long to shoot. Like I think Yee said, is they got to get everybody in the same vicinity to take.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not coming back for another 2 years. So I think about that.
Yeah.
I think about Euphoria. Euphoria not going to be back for another couple of years. It's just like...
It's because the people just... Like Atlanta,
schedules.
People had other things that they had to do.
People
They
are
were
shooting
main characters.
movies. People are shooting other things. So, yeah, they got other things to do.
All right, now Pharrell has announced a lineup of special guests for his Mighty Dream Business Forum. And so he's giving attendees a chance to gather insight from newly confirmed special guests. It's a 3-day Mighty Dream Forum that is going to have a roster of speakers. And that is all basically to talk about progress and the ultimate place where business and opportunity meet community and culture. So you can also attend that event if you go to mightydream.co. You can see all of that on Instagram. And he said, Pharrell said, there's no better place to do this than in my home state of Virginia, where opportunity and potential for success are limitless. So you can see people like Hannibal Buress, Maverick Carter, Lewis Hamilton, so on and so forth.
I'm just glad he's back in Virginia. I know he was not effing with Virginia for a little bit because of a family member that was killed and they couldn't get information. But I'm glad he's doing it back in VA.
All right, and Jay-Z wants to get out of his partnership with Duce, according to reports. He no longer wants to own that brand, TMZ Hip Hop. Learned that he's selling it to his partners at Bacardi, and he thinks the company is playing a high-stakes shell game. So he wants them to open up the books on their 50-50 partnership deal. They've had this company since 2012. And according to his company, SC Liquor, they exercised their right to a buyout about a year ago. Under their agreement, Bacardi now has to negotiate in good faith to come up with a fair price for his stake in Douce. And that's the problem. He thinks that they're not playing fair when it comes to that price and how much everything is worth. So the documents reference a potential value, but his lawyers, I guess, disagree and think it's well below fair value what they're offering for that buyout. So they want them to open up the books and all other records related to Douce. All right, that is your rumor reports.
All right. Now we got front page news coming up. What are we talking about?
Yes, buried alive. This really just happened. We'll tell you about a woman whose her estranged husband buried her alive.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.